You've got reputable reporters, people like Pat Forty, Sports Illustrated, at this event.
Yeah.
And Pat writes an entire column for SI.com about Big 12 expansion.
Who's it going to be? Yeah.
Memphis is nowhere.
No.
Like, not even listed. It's like, maybe it could be Arizona State and Utah and Colorado and Arizona, some Pac-12 schools. Maybe it could be Gonzaga or UConn or San Diego State. Maybe it could be, what if you wanted to own the New York market? Try to go get Syracuse, St. John's, and UConn. I'm just like scanning the whole thing. I'm like, well, maybe.
And it doesn't get mentioned.
Is there even a throwaway line about what is it? Is it finally time to seriously look at that? It's just not there.
I think that's the.
And it doesn't mean anything independent of itself. It just, when a league is considering expanding and reputable reporters are throwing out all of the possibilities, and you ain't even one of the ones getting thrown out there, at least by Pat Forty, that's not great. It's not a great sign.
I think that's the big thing, too, that we haven't talked about a ton that really, really hurts Memphis here is the fact that you have disgruntled Pac-12 schools out there because they're already a Power 5 school, right?
They don't have a media rights deal, though.
Yeah, just the allure of getting more Power 5 schools to come to your league to make your league look better. I think that's just the big disadvantage Memphis has is the schools like Arizona, like Colorado, like Arizona State, they are Power 5 schools to the Big 12, right?
Well, they are Power 5 schools by definition.
Period, yeah.
If you're Memphis, what you want, I believe, is the Pac-12 to get a new media rights deal done.
Everybody's happy.
And everybody stays there because it takes those schools off the table. Memphis is never going to be at the top of the list.
Right.
You just got to hope the top of the list gets cut off.
Mm-hmm. They're good. We're happy over here.
Okay, these Pac-12 schools are at the top of our list. Well, they're gone. You can't take them anymore. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, then UConn's next on our list. They want to stay in the Big East.
Yep.
They don't care about football. Okay, Gonzaga, that's next on our list. Yeah, they're going to go to the Pac-12 or stay in the WCC. So they're not. All right, can we get any of these ACC schools? The grant of rights deals are locked in, solid. That's probably not. All right, Memphis, sure. Let's just do Memphis then. That's the way that's got to go down, probably.
I think so too.
And so you're.
God, that's.
And so, but the interesting thing is, and I can't stress this enough. There's two important things if you're Memphis and you're looking for reasons to be encouraged. There's two reasons to be encouraged. Mm-hmm. One is the Big 12 commissioner is not hiding it. They want to get bigger. They want to add somebody. And as he detailed yesterday, they're not only looking at, they will look at non-Power 5s. Presumably Memphis is on that list. And if it makes sense, they'll do it. They'd rather do other things, it sounds like. But if it makes sense, they'll do it. So the Big 12 is expanding. We're not in a period of time now where we're wondering, is anybody else interested in expanding right now? The Big 12 is. They're trying to do it. They want to do it. All right? So that's encouraging. The other thing is this is a commissioner still in his first year. So I know it's easy for folks to say, the Big 12, and I've said this before, the Big 12 has had more than a decade to take Memphis if it wanted to. They never did. That should tell you something. Mm-hmm. This is a new guy. Whatever happened with Memphis previously doesn't matter to this guy. This guy thinks differently. He values basketball more than I think maybe any other Power 5 commissioner does. He's willing to take Gonzaga just because it's a basketball brand. He wants UConn because of that men's basketball program. So the thing that we've been told in expansion and realignment doesn't matter that much, men's basketball, it matters to this guy. He used to run Barclays Center. He lived in New York. He knows what basketball means, and he cares about it more than, say, the SEC commissioner or the Big Ten commissioner. Those conference commissioners do not make any decisions about expansion or realignment based on men's basketball. But this commissioner has said that he might. And there's a lot of people who think that he will. So if you're a Memphis fan, like, what's the biggest chip you got to play? Outside of FedEx and really outside of FedEx, you have a quality, nationally known men's basketball program. Mm-hmm. And this Big 12 commissioner seems to value those more than most commissioners do. So maybe that's a reason to get encouraged. But Pat Forty listing seemingly 1,000 schools that makes sense for the Big 12 and leaving Memphis out of it. I don't know. It's just something I noticed, I guess.
Number 3.
Roy McIlroy said earlier today that he would never, ever, ever participate in a live golf event. If his options were play live golf or retire, Big Bet Bennett, he said he would retire. Here's the quote. If live golf was the last place to play golf on earth, I would retire. That's how I feel about it. I'd play the majors, but I'd be pretty comfortable retired. So that sounds like he won't be leading a live team or any other type of live affiliated thing anytime soon or ever. And the reason this came up is because in court documents, I believe last week, it was detailed how when Live Golf was trying to reach an agreement with the PGA Tour, one of the things Live Golf proposed is Tiger Woods and Roy McIlroy actually owning a Live Golf team the way Brooks Koepka does and Phil Mickelson does. And Roy made it clear, whether Live Golf exists next year or not, the idea that I'm going to be a part of it in any way is wrong. So he's put his foot down. I still think it's crazy that there is no clarity to how all
Ever
this is
since
going
that
to work.
announcement,
Still
yeah,
have
man, nothing.
Right now, it is still publicly unknown whether the Live Golf Tour will be a thing next year or not. Some people say it will. Some people say they'll believe it when they see it. But the idea that it's just not determined, not decided, seems absolutely insane to me. How do you go into a $1 billion partnership with somebody and don't even really know what that's going to look like? I mean, maybe I'm just unsophisticated. Maybe these are the way $1 billion deals get done all the time, and I'm not involved in them, right? Well, hey, let's just agree to be partners, and we'll figure out the rest. It seems backwards to me. I'd want to figure out everything and then agree, and then see if we want to be partners. I wouldn't want to be partners and then figuring out how things are going to go once we've already tied ourselves to each other. A little bit like getting married to somebody you never lived with, you know?
Right.
Like, did you live with your wife before you got married?
Yeah. Yeah, for almost a